So, you went to the mall, went to Claire's or Piercing Pagoda, got your ears pierced with cute little studs or diamonds, and now they're all healed after the 6 weeks of cleaning them every day, and you decided, I want to stretch them out because I think that looks kind of cool. Well, I'm going to give you some tips for doing that and tell you what the first step is like. It's really easy, it does not hurt, and anyway, I'm going to give you some hints on how to make it the easiest. First of all, when you stretch your ears, you will never call it gauging because that is incorrect. A gauge is a measurement. It's like an inch or a centimeter, and you can't say you're gauging it because, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to use it as a verb. And it's really annoying when people do that. So anyway, it's called tapering your ears or stretching them, not gauging. That doesn't make any sense. When people say that, they really sound like they have no idea what they're talking about. So please don't say that. Second tip is, they usually, when you get your ears pierced at Claire's or Piercing Pagoda, they usually pierce them at a size 20 gauge. That's the tiniest there is on the scale. And you might want to I start at a 14 when I start to stretch them. It goes down in numbers. The lower the number, the bigger the size. So I'm going to be going from a 20, which is a normal like mall piercing, to a 14, which I actually already put in on this side. See, it's very, very small, so it's not going to hurt at all, and it's just going to give you that first step. My third tip is buy a kit that has all sizes of tapers, because if you buy them individually, it just ends up being more expensive, and if you get them all at once, it's really easy. And when I got mine, they came in a pack. It had tapers from size 14 to 0, and that's what I'm going to do. Go all the way up to 0, and they all came together. They didn't have any labels or anything, so I couldn't tell which was which. So what you want to do is take them, tape them up, and label them. These are zeros. That's what I'm going to end up at. Another tip is I'm using totally clear plugs. That's what the jewelry is called that goes in your ear when you're stretching them. They're called plugs instead of earrings. Well, I mean, I guess they're a type of earring. But I'm using clear ones, and my tip for you is never ever use the clear rings that come on the back, because you will never be able to get them off, and you will drop them on the floor and you will never see them again. So you can say bye-bye to them. So I would take the black ring off of the taper that you buy in that handy little taper kit you have and put that on the back, because you can see that really well. My other tip for you is, if you can't see mine because they're very tiny, you could see what it's like. You look up a video of someone doing a 4 gauge or a 2 gauge. You can see them better, but I just wanted to show you what it's like when you first start out. So I'm just going to show you what you do. Very simple. Take some hydrogen peroxide, or you can even use the stuff that they give you to clean your ears with. Pour it into a little dish, put your tapers and everything in there so they get nice and clean. Just let them sit for 5 minutes. They'll be perfectly clean and germ-free, so you don't get any gross infections, because trust me, they're disgusting, and you do not want to do that when you're trying to stretch your ears. So, you take your tapers, very, very tiny taper to start out with. Start with a size 14, works really well. I'm going to take my regular piercing out. This is just what they gave me when I got my ears pierced at Claire's. Take that out. Now, I'm going to take this little tapered thing. It's acrylic. You can get stainless steel or acrylic. It has a tiny bit on one side and it gets a little bit bigger. It's called tapering, and so I'm going to slide this into the hole. It's in. Push it slowly, and what it's doing is it's actually, if you want to research it, it's actually making tiny micro tears around my piercing, and then I'm going to put a plug in of that size, and over 2 weeks to a month, all those tiny tears will heal so that I can do my next stretch and make it bigger. So, now that I have this taper all the way through, I'm going to take my clear plug. I already have one in on this side. You can see through them. I like them that way, especially since they're tiny. And I'm gonna look in the mirror real fast Basically, you're going to put this right at the end of where the taper is and continue to slide it through like you're pulling the taper through. And I'm going to look in the mirror real quick to do that. Sometimes you feel the little tears and it really doesn't hurt at all. Just feels like when you normally get your ears pierced and you just feel that little pop and a little pressure. And like I said, never use a clear ring. Never. There's a clear ring on my finger right now, but I don't know if you can even see it. They're impossible to find if you drop them. Do not use them. Use black. Put that on the back. And there we go. Slide it. And you still want to clean them often, guys. Another tip for you that need to know about stretching your ears. If you don't take them out and clean them for 3 days straight, the next time you take them out, they will smell. They will stink up your whole house. It's really gross. So take them out every night, clean them 20 seconds. They won't close up, I promise. And so basically I have these really tiny 14s in. I'm going to let the tears heal for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Then I'm going to go from a 14 to a 12. So I want to wish you guys good luck with all your tapering and stretching. Don't call it gauging. Buy a tapering kit. Start at 14. Don't ever use clear rings, and then you'll be good to go. And you guys can post questions if you want. I'll be happy to answer anything. See ya.